Hey guys, what is up? This is Mystery Crizzy here, and in this movie review, I'm going to be doing a review on the 2020 film Love and Monsters. Love and Monsters is directed by Michael Matthews, and in this movie we follow 7 years after the monster apocalypse, and we follow a guy named Joel Dawson, along with the rest of humanity, have been living underground ever since giant creatures took control of the land. After reconnecting over the radio with his high school girlfriend, who is now 80 miles away at a coastal colony, Joel begins to fall for her again. As Joel realizes that there's nothing left for him underground, he decides to venture out to find his girlfriend, despite all the dangerous monsters that stand in his way, and that these monsters are still out there. And this is pretty much like a monster adventure film where Joel has to do whatever he can to try and get his girlfriend back. And yeah, and of course his girlfriend's name is Amy, by the way, like Aimee, like Amy. But well, you guys already get it. So yeah, so last year I was scrolling through Paramount Plus, like at the time last year for last October, and I came across this movie, and so I decided to watch it. And yeah, after watching Love and Monsters, this was actually a really good movie. I was actually very fascinated by this movie. I actually really liked it. And yeah, and of course, Sean Levi was also one of the producers to this film, and I think his company 21 Laps worked on the film too, and which is cool and all. And I gotta say, I think when it comes to the story to this movie, even the pacing too, the pacing itself was actually well written, and even like the story itself, I thought was pretty interesting as well. Like a monster movie that's also an adventure film about a guy named Joel who goes on an adventure to find his girlfriend Amy. Even though these dangerous monsters are still out there attacking the land and the planet, like even like 7 years after the monster apocalypse. And of course, all the citizens have been living underground, like protecting themselves from the monsters on land. And yeah, I actually thought this was actually like I thought that was an interesting concept for a movie that came out. That like this movie actually came out nearly like 5 years ago. Yeah, because this is actually a 2020 film, and yeah, like I said, it was one of the COVID affected releases where it was supposed to come out in theaters at first. But then, it had to skip movie theaters and went straight to on demand. I mean, even though it was only released in a handful of movie theaters, but not all of them at the time because of you know what. But that aside, I thought this movie had a very interesting story, and I gotta say the visual effects on the monsters, like the monster creatures, it looked pretty cool though. It kind of almost looks like something out of Cloverfield, or like they're kind of almost like similar to like the CG effects on the monsters, like kind of like almost like reminds you of, that gives you vibes to other monster films, like not really like Godzilla or King Kong, because I would say more like Cloverfield. Yeah, because like the monster creatures from Cloverfield and all that. And yeah, 10 Cloverfield Lane or something like that, but yeah. But yeah, the CG visual effects on the monsters I thought were pretty cool, and it's like they were nice, and yeah, actually, and by that I mean they were like well designed. And I gotta say, the performances in this movie, I gotta say the acting performances I think were really good too. And I gotta say, Dylan O'Brien plays Joel in the movie, and I gotta say, like Dylan O'Brien does a great job in this film, and he's a cool actor, and who knows how to get things right in most films like this. Dylan O'Brien as Joel was really good. His performance was great, and Ariana Greenblatt was also in the film too. I thought she did good, and Jessica Henwick as Amy, she did pretty good. Oh yeah, and during the middle of the movie, Michael Rooker was also in the film too, and I gotta say, Michael Rooker was easily the show stealer in this film. Like, I gotta say, like, Michael Rooker was the best part about this film. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot to mention, Joel actually used to have a robot called Mavis, like with the eye with the eye spelled with the number 1. Like, Joel actually had had like a robot named Mavis. And there was actually a scene in this movie where Joel and Mavis share one last conversation and chat with each other, before Mavis shuts down, like, permanently. And what's also very interesting about the voice of Mavis the robot is actually like the voice of Mavis, the robot in this film, was actually provided by Melanie Zanetti, which Melanie Zanetti is best known as the voice of Chili Healer on Bluey. And yeah, Bluey fans may recognize her as Chili, and yeah, and who even recognized like Mavis's voice to be the voice of Chili. Like, it's basically like Chili Healer doing the voice of a robot called Mavis. Yeah. Oh yeah, Melanie Zanetti also has an on-screen role in this film, but her on-screen role was not really in the film all that much. But I gotta say, I when it comes to this movie, I only know Melanie Zanetti the most as Mavis in this film. Like, it's almost like Chili Healer doing the voice of Mavis, like, Melanie Zanetti, the voice of Chili Healer on Bluey. Yeah, I just thought I'd point that out to all Bluey fans out there like me. And yeah. So overall, Love and Monsters was an awesome and fun movie, and I'm gonna give Love and Monsters 4.5 out of 5 stars. If you haven't watched this movie yet, then I recommend it. And there you have it, guys. That's gonna be it for this movie review on Love and Monsters, and that's gonna be it for this video. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Mystery Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody, and that's about it.